right, so with this one we're just going to take one shape and we're going to move it around. We're going to apply some open strings in there to give it a kind of a mystical vibe, right? Some kind of old school, could be Neil Young-y, you know, all that kind of folky meets rock that started happening in the 60s and 70s. But real basic idea, you can just take one chord and move it around, add a couple notes, and now you've got like this cool song, right? So what we're going to do is zoom in for a closer look and get to it. All right, so right off the bat, we're going to use kind of a swung feel. Now, a straight would be, right? And if we swung, it's going to be a little bit more like, right? So, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. The trick is not keeping the down and the up strokes even. It's more. Okay, so from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that D shape again, take off my second finger, right? So we're going to take off the E string fretted, second fret. So we get that. It's a suspended D chord, right? And then we're just going to move that shape up to the 5th and 6th fret. So you have the 5th fret with your first finger on the G string, and then your ring finger on the 6th fret B string. And then we're going to keep that E open. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up 2 more frets. Now we're at 7 and 8. And on this one, I'm going to actually hammer back onto that original D chord shape. Now what we're doing is we're taking the E note that is already ringing and we do what's called a hammer-on. And what you're doing is you're just hammering the note or the finger onto the fretboard so you get this sound. Now the trick with hammer-ons isn't how hard you press, it's how quickly you attack the note. Because if you go slowly, right, it frets out before you actually depress the note to get that sound. Now if you attack it quickly, right, you still have that sustain of the original note. So here's what we're going to do. 2 strum patterns per chord. Then I'm going to shift up. Now on that last one, I'm going to play that 4 times. So we got shift, shift, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what we're going to do, since we have 4 on this last chord, right, to make it a little bit more exciting, we're going to hammer on 1 time through, and then maybe the next time we get back to it, to keep from repeating ourselves, we'll play around with that, like we were doing, let's say, a D suspended 2nd, suspended 4th, like you hear all the time in different songs, you know, whether it's folk, country, rock, whatever. You know, there's a million songs that. We're doing that exact same thing. You've probably already done it. We're just going to do it in a different spot of the neck, using the exact same chord shape, but we get a new chord since we're in a new spot of the neck. So here we go. So when I get down to here, I do it on the first downstroke. So it's right? So just take that one chord in that one spot and practice it. Now in context, now let's say we're going through that, we've done that 1 time. Now we're going to go to the 2nd time. Let's do something a little different. You can also do that when you come back down here to this chord too. time I'm gonna go. So we got. Right? So it's just different options. You can just as well play those chords just like that with that different strum pattern, right? And get a new feel, kind of that swung feel, which we're going to do many more of. But it's just another one of those great progressions that you can just take one shape and get a lot of different sounds out of it. Right? So now you can just apply those hammer-ons.